6. What's up, people out there? So,
testing 1, 2, 3. Testing
ooh,
1.
No, we don't want that one. Let me clear it up. I'm just gonna wait, see if some people join in. Save project, no. So, okay, now I lost it. And quit Audacity, start it back up. So what's up, people out there? Where is everyone at? Where's somebody at out there, right? Who's tuning in through my little, come join your little friend, right? So, this is KhaazRa here in Orlando, and I want to say something to you really fast here. I want to talk to you about communication, right? You guys, this is so funny. I wish you could see how I have this thing set up over here. It is freaking hilarious, right? But I don't give a damn. So, the question is what way do people communicate best? And you know, not everyone communicates the exact same way, and I think sometimes we forget that. You know, some people prefer physical gifts. Some people prefer a wonderful experience that they can remember. You know, others may be talkers, right? And you know, some people actually like to do all the talking. Like literally, some people just want you to listen to them. I remember my son telling me sometimes that basically I'm always giving him input. So he basically just wants someone to listen to him and just shut up while he basically dispenses all this information. And so you have people that like to communicate like that, right? But one thing we do know is that, you know, and some people like dialogue where they're actually exchanging ideas. But one thing we know for absolute sure is that no one likes to be freaking ignored, right? No one likes to be ignored. And everyone is looking for meaning, right? You know, you think about it, even people in a freaking gang are looking for, you know, people join gangs for meaning. They do all kinds of crazy, stupid things just for meaning. We join military regimes and things like that, right? We want to belong to something. We join religious institutions. So everyone's looking for meaning, and that does not bypass communication. So we know that any kind of lasting communication must have an impact, right? You only have a few seconds, a few minutes, whatever, to make an impact in someone's life. So it has to be something that's impactful, right? And you know, you think about it, you can easily send a gift to someone, right? And I'm pretty sure women, you think about it, you know, a woman would love for you to send a gift to her, right? But which one do you think would have more meaning? Sending a gift to her or actually physically hand delivering the gift to her, right? You think about your child. Of course, children love gifts, but at the end of the day, right, as much as children, I guess who they are, right, in terms of they're not developed the same way that an adult is, they would still much rather have you at the end of the day, right? And that's the way that they communicate. Some people like to be touched, some people like to be held, some people don't like any of that. Some people only just want the physical gift. You know, some people don't care about any of those things. So you have to think about, you know, what way people communicate. It could be simple, something simple as like a card, like a thank you card or I love you card, right? You can send a card through the mail, right? And people will appreciate it. But what if you hand delivered that card, right? Which one do you think would have more impact? You think about it, you may buy your child something, right? Or, you know, you could buy it online and you go through all this time trying to figure out the right size, if it's the right gift, and you do all these searches to try to get comparisons. And then the child basically, you know, because social media is definitely moving us further and further away from meaning, right? Because everybody and anybody can say anything on social media and not really mean anything at all. But let's say you do this for your child, right? And it's not even about the money, but then your child sends you a text, thank you, right? You're like, wait a minute, I just spent all that time doing this, and then I get a text, thank you. Or think about like some of the moms and dads across the world who they rush home from work, right? They cook dinner, they do all these different things, they drive through traffic, they skip doing what they want to do to get home, make dinner, make sure the family's okay, and then take their children to their sports events or whatever kind of extracurricular activities they have. What would happen if at the end of the day or the end of the week, your child sent you a text saying, thank you, right? What kind of, think about that. There's no impact there whatsoever, right? You may not even feel appreciated by that. And the reason I'm mentioning that is because a lot of times as salespeople or sales professionals, we communicate in a way that benefits us, right? And in many cases, right, you think about a man chasing a woman, they would chase a woman to the ends of the earth, right? Open doors, call her, showing a better job, showing a better home, bringing her flowers, taking off his coat for her when she's cold, basically taking off his coat for her when it's raining, or holding an umbrella over her body so that she doesn't get wet and he does, you know, paying for her lunch, her dinner, just doing all kinds of things. And then once the itch is scratched, poof, boom, he's gone, right? And it can go both ways, you know. Sometimes a woman can, you know, lead a man on the same way, right? And, you know, he's doing everything that he possibly can to show her that, you know, he truly cares. And then once she gets that gift, boom, she's vamos, she's gone, right? Her interests have waned extremely. So you think about clients, right? And, you know, people are people. You know, if you have family, if you have friends, some people are more quiet. Some people just want you to like spend time with them. Some people just want to hang out. They just want to do events together. And so you have to think about each person has their own way of communicating. But for some reason, when we get to business, we forget that people are people, and we act like, you know, only robots are running companies. So we look at people as though they're zeros and ones. I make money from them, or I don't make money from them. And I understand the concept, you know, and the objective of a business in most cases is to make a profit, but some businesses also want to make a profit in addition to resolving a problem. So not everyone is just a 0 and a 1. And even as crude and as rudimentary and as immature as it sounds for, who did a thumbs up? Oh, Rhett. Hey, Rhett from Trinidad. What's up, Rhett? How you doing, man? Long time no hear from. But you think about something as elementary as a man chasing a woman, and then once he gets his itch scratched, he's gone, right? That's super, I guess, super immature, right? Super short-sighted. But in business, salespeople are doing business the same exact way. I've personally been in that shoe myself on the client side, where people would, you know, they're calling, they're chasing me, we're meeting in person, they're coming back to meet me, and before the money could even really fully deposit into their account, you know, the communication decreases, you know, all the promises decreases, or actually what was promised doesn't even happen. And I see it time and time and time again. And one of the things, you know, we have a lot of sales consultants who are interested in working with us, who come from the bank side, right? And I think this is like the bank specializes, at least in the payment processing side, they specialize in burn and churn, right? And they come to us because their whole objective is just numbers. And I understand the concept of that. You definitely want to be focused on the acquirer side, but the relationships are so short, right? And they don't understand that they're constantly, you know, pouring water in a cup, right? Consistently pouring water in a cup that has little tiny holes at the bottom. So they're working harder and harder and harder and harder and harder. It's almost like, you know, and we probably heard it before, the example of the wood cutting example, where one person was just cutting and chopping wood all day long. And then one person, right, is simply just, you know, chopping wood, taking a break, relaxing, but at the end of the day, they have so much more wood chopped. And so the person who's chopping all this wood all day long with no break says, how in the heck are you doing it? And the other person is basically sharpening, right, their axe, which allows them to, you know, get more done. And the example here is that it's the same thing, you know, here. You sharpen your axe by communicating more, you know, before, during, and after the sale. And even there's even some cases where, you know, and people can see it a mile away, where people don't even communicate with you until they think they can make a sale with you, right? And I know many of us have experienced this. And it's so crazy because some of us get so egotistical and wrapped up only in how we communicate, which is basically a way that only benefits us, or only in what we want, right? Some people are so focused only on what we want that they really can't see it, and they don't realize that their clients or potential clients can see a mile away that you're only communicating with me because you think you can get something from me, or you think you can make a sale. And it's so clear, and it's so freaking corny on top of it, right? So you know, this is not to knock anyone or to bring anyone down, but the goal is to become much better communicators, and part of that is actually caring, right? So I don't know if you can teach people how to freaking care, right? I think that's one of the most difficult. I think it has to be taught from a baby up, right? Maybe you can learn as an adult through the school of hard knocks, but you definitely have to have some kind of like genuineness or authenticity about you. And the way you operate in your personal life is in many cases, the same way you're going to operate in business, right? Where you only see things how they benefit you. And I even remember myself, I had to learn myself, like I would deal with some clients who may be from different countries, and almost in every case, they always want to see you face to face, even if you've already done business with them, right? They have something to tell you, so it has to be face to face. And I always wonder, like, God, dog, why do I have to consistently see them face to face? And I think it's because it establishes more of a connection, right? They can look me in the eyes, I can look them in the eyes. Sometimes they offer me food if it's a restaurant or whatever kind of services they have. You know, it's basically another way to create a connection. You know, like I said, the phone, you know, we have all these kind of phones here, got this one over here, whatever. The phones and all these different computer systems is taking us further and further and further away from meaning. Of course, you definitely want to generate business online, but I think it's going to create a unique opportunity for those who still want meaning, right? Because not anyone can, a freaking retard almost, right, can sit behind a computer screen, right? You can even automate emails and responses that shoot out forever. Even on Instagram, I get all these automated responses, and it's just so ingenuine that, you know, people are sending you messages, hey, would you like to buy my product? Or would you like to try my product? Or would you donate money? I'm like, what is your name? You know, like, what do you actually do? Can we do that first? Can you imagine walking up to a woman and say, hey, I like to sleep with you, right? You walk up to the wrong woman and say that, you know, you may get hurt. But can you imagine that, right? How corny that is and how short-sighted that is? Well, in many cases, right, this is exactly how people are selling. So remember, at the end of the day, people are people, right? Everyone wants meaning, right? No one likes to be ignored. No one likes to be ignored, and we're all looking for meaning. So whatever way you do business, or whatever way you sell your product or your service, and whatever way you communicate, try to add as much meaning as you possibly can. Maybe it is an automated kind of business, right? Add some kind of meaning to it. Maybe you jump on a call or a video or something like that. Maybe you have too many clients where you can't talk to each one individually. Maybe you have customer service, right? And some people on your team actually reach out to people. So there's all kinds of ways that you can actually add more meaning to your conversation. And just keep in mind the small things, right? Let's say, you know, unfortunately someone experienced a tragic event in their family, right? Maybe someone passed. Do you think it's okay to send a text, oh, I sympathize with you, or my condolences? Does that really have a whole lot of meaning, right? Or is it better to, if you're in a different state, you're too far away, maybe you call them, right? And even better, maybe physically going to them, right? If you have that opportunity, and spending time with them, or telling them face to face, hey, my condolences, or I sympathize with you. So it's the same in business. If someone's going to give you their time and their money, show them that you appreciate it. And I don't think they're going to be able to appreciate it or know that they appreciate it via an automated message through some kind of computer system as much as they would in another way. So anyway, there's all kinds of ways to do it, but remember, no one likes to be ignored. Everyone wants meaning in their life. All right, thanks for listening. Be good.